YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Warhammer, where we're going to have an interesting matchup that you don't see super often. It is going to be vampires versus chaos, and it's because chaos is definitely at a lot of disadvantages to the vampires, so it's something you have to be aware of. There are blood knights, and there's these marauder horse masters, so they can do some good skirmishing. This is the dire pack and blood knights. Dire pack are anti-large and kind of a nice high speed option to combine with the blood knights, so I think it's pretty cool. Dire pack are 95 speed, so slightly faster than the marauder horse masters. Chaos is packing chaos warriors with halberds, a dragon ogre shagoth, and a giant. And then there is a chaos sorcerer of death, and then Sigvald as the lord. Interesting choice. Sigvald, yeah, he's an interesting choice. I don't know why you would want to bring him versus the vampires, but we'll see. Maybe there's a reason. The blood knights will get effectively skirmished by the marauder horse masters. The dire pack can chase them, but if they use, yeah, see how they're using their halberds and other units for defense here. It's a good call. So the horse masters can just stay close to their own units for defense. Let's see what the chaos sorcerer is going to do. Probably, yep, spirit leech on the banshee makes a lot of sense because the banshee is very vulnerable to that type of thing. But now the sorcerer is going to have to hurry because they're getting attacked by blood knights. Oh, the sorcerer. I wonder if it has it's got El Sif. Really? El Sif was used on the sorcerer. Interesting. So the dragon ogre and all the halberds and everything come in, trying to pin down the blood knights. If there's enough magic, so the scroll of power used, so maybe another spirit leech. Yep, there's another spirit leech onto the banshee. And the banshee's going to die in a big hurry. I'm surprised we didn't see a Fate of Buna maybe on the blood knights. The horse masters are sitting back skirmishing. Looks like right now targeting the mortis engine, which is a good idea. And it looks like chaos is just going to go into full blob mode up against the vampires. And I like the combination of aspiring champions, anti-large with the dragon ogre, lots of infantry damage with the giant. Sigvald heals, so he's a little harder to kill, and he's on foot, which means that he's a little harder to hit with charges. These horse masters, though, being chased down by the dire pack, it's unfortunate for those horse masters, but this unit here is going to stay relatively available. And it looks like the chaos sorcerer now just running like crazy away from the Red Duke and the Blood Knights. The Blood Knights are in a charge animation, and they're slow speed. I don't know how in the world they caught this guy, but they are going to at least almost catch him. The Horse Masters, I'm not really sure what they're targeting right now. It looks like maybe just Graveguard. But the fight not going great for Chaos initially here. This Mortis Engine helped wrap up these warriors with halberds pretty quickly. But the Giant and the Dragon Ogre in the center should be able to get some significant damage done. The Dragon Ogre is actually going to get a hold of the Mortis Engine right here. And the Mortis Engine really needs to get away from that Dragon Ogre. But the Dragon Ogre doesn't appear to have an attack on the Mortis Engine. It looks like he's maybe going for the Vampire Lord. And the Horse Masters are going to have to watch out. The Blood Knights are coming after him. These Cryptors would be a juicy target for the Horse Masters as well. It looks like the Red Duke is being forced out of the fight by the Dragon Ogre. And most of the Chaos Infantry at this point is routing. It's just breaking. Chaos Warriors are actually surprisingly easy to break. It's a big challenge for Chaos, but the Dragon Ogre and Sigvald and the Giant are still alive, and the Horse Masters are at least keeping some of these units busy. The Lore of Death Sorcerer is caught. Let's see if the Horse Masters can get over here and focus on these Cryptors. Looks like it maybe try and finish off the Mortis Engine, which got hit by the... yep, okay, the Mortis Engine's down, so that's a huge benefit for Chaos at this point. Huge benefit. In fact, it's going to make this battle pretty close, probably, in the end. Let's see what the Horse Masters are doing. They got caught for a second. They're still skirmishing. I would like to see them throwing at the Cryptors, but let's see what happens. The Dragon Ogre starting to take a little bit damage. The Red Duke is getting throttled by the Dragon Ogre right now. He goes all the way down to 192.05, but the Invocation to Heck may be going to save him. But the Dragon Ogre takes another shot, but misses, fortunately, for the Vampire. That was extremely fortunate for the Vampire. I cannot tell you how fortunate that was for the Vampire. That is really unfortunate for the Chaos player, because Chaos is already at such a disadvantage versus the Vampires, and to miss that shot is just devastating. The Cryptors are trying to bog down the Shagoth. The Shagoth is anti-large. But he's completely surrounded by Chaos units at this point, including Blood Knights who do good anti-large damage. The Blood Knights are almost dead. The Horse Masters actually get routed by just a little bit by the Dire Pack, so Chaos taking a couple of unfortunate turns for the worse there. The Giant's got 109 kills and still going fairly strong. The Dragon Ogre is chasing the Red Duke off. There's just a couple of Blood Knights still alive, and it may be just enough to, and the poison is slowing the Dragon Ogre down. He misses his shot again. So a couple of missed hits by the Dragon Ogre could be the difference between winning or losing here. The Dragon Ogre is going to get chased off. Chaos won't be able to catch him if the poison effect wears off, though there are a couple of Blood Knights. The Blood Knights can catch him, I think. So, unfortunate turn of events for Chaos. Sigvald is alive, but in pretty rough shape. He's not doing very good. He's only got 40 kills against all his vampire infantry. The Giant is starting to falter in leadership. That's not a big surprise. The Dragon Ogre comes back. Can the Giant hold on is the question here. Can the Giant hold on? His leadership goes back up for a second. The Dragon Ogre is definitely wanting to target the Red Duke, but the Blood Knights see him, and it's just too late. The Dragon Ogre is going to get stopped. The Blood Knights are going to kill him on the charge, most likely. So Dragon Ogre does do a little bit of damage to the Blood Knights, a considerable amount of damage actually, but he is going to be finished. But in his last throws there, he got the Blood Knights down to where they're critical due to damage sustained, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save. Sigvald is unbreakable, but I mean, there's a lot of vampires left. He also does heal pretty well. I believe Sigvald's unbreakable. No, his leadership is definitely breakable. I thought he was unbreakable, but I am wrong. They probably should have made him unbreakable in order to make him more useful. I mean, he heals now, and that's definitely a lot better, but unbreakable would probably be a nice trait to have as well. I don't think it would make Sigvald overpowered by any means. I could be wrong, though. Sigvald is definitely probably overmatched at this point. Still healing. I don't know what he can really do about the Crypt Horrors. I mean, he doesn't even dish out very good damage. He's only... I mean, he's tired, though, so I think that's what's taking his melee attack down. The Giant regroups out here and gets hit by the Blood Knights. The Blood Knights don't quite finish him off just yet. And if this Giant comes back into the fight to help Sigvald, that could be pretty enormous. The Blood Knights, look at him just running around trying to charge, and the Giant can't get a hit. I don't know if this is purposeful by the vampire player or not. The Giant still got 1,229 hit points, though. Ooh, one hit there. Down to 76 for the Blood Knights. That's going to be the end of the Blood Knights, I think. The hit didn't count, though. The Giant's going to take a charge from the Duke, and he dies, and at the same moment, Sigvald routs. So it was a fairly close battle. Kudos to the Chaos player, because taking Chaos against vampires is extremely difficult. It's a matchup that heavily favors the vampires. Heavily favors. And they put up a heck of a fight. And that Chaos player was actually Ninja. And I guess this is like the week where people wanted to send battles where they'd fought against Ninja Hunt. Anyway, he was the Chaos player. Again, it was a gutsy pick to go up against vampires with Chaos, and especially a Sigvald build, in my opinion. Of course, I don't know what Chaos Lord would be a whole lot better. He did a good job getting rid of the Banshee and the Mortis engine, but the Red Duke, honestly, there was that moment there when, I mean, the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth took a swipe at the Red Duke that very well could have killed him, but it didn't connect for whatever reason. And that was probably the difference between winning or losing. I think the battle was actually probably that close. Had the Red Duke died, I'm not sure if the vampires could have held their leadership together, because the Banshee and the Mortis engine were both dead. Maybe they could have, maybe they wouldn't have, but I mean, it was literally like down to one swing there, I think, that really tipped this back in favor of the vampire counts. Great game by both players. Really enjoyed Thorin Oak for sending this in. Thank you, man. It's a fun matchup. I like the Chaos versus Vampire matchup is difficult for Chaos, but it's kind of a fun matchup too, just to see if people can pull it off, right? It's kind of like you have to go play the whole underdog card there thing and just try it out. And anyway, it was a fun battle. Again, appreciate both players. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more, please make sure to subscribe. I would love to have you coming back, and if you subscribe, it notifies you of new content and helps you keep up to date with what I'm uploading. I love making this content for you. I'm happy to be here every day, and appreciate MSI sponsoring the build that I'm recording this on. HeirofCarthage signing out. I will see you all next time.